Good morning, Rebels. My name is Justin. In today's workout, we're going to be doing some strength training. So we're going to be doing high rep with low weight. Okay, what are some advantages of high rep and low weight? Well, number one, it is strength training. So we're not looking for hypertrophy. We're not looking to make our muscles bigger. We're looking to strengthen the muscle. Okay, that's why you're going to do high reps with lower weight. Some other benefits of using lower weight are you're going to have less muscle fatigue. You're also looking at potential less risk, right? So when you're using really heavy weights, you have potential for injury. So another good reason to go for, again, high rep with low weight. So the exercises that I have for us today are going to be, I have 12 exercises for us. We're going to be working all upper body. So it's going to be biceps, triceps, and shoulders. I have 2 exercises per muscle group. Okay, and then we're going to switch to another set of the same thing. So we're going to do another set of biceps, triceps, shoulders, but it'll be different exercises. And again, for this, you're going to need 2 dumbbells or a pair of dumbbells, various weight. Okay, unless you're able to match, a good general weight for you, maybe like 20 pounds or something like that for every exercise. Then you're probably going to need more than one set of weights. I'm using dial-up weights where I can kind of select the weight that I'm going to use. So that's what I would suggest. Otherwise, if you have a set of maybe 10s, a set of 15s, a set of 20s, pick something again that you're able to go with, again, low weight but high reps, something that you're able to easily get through each exercise, but it's still somewhat of a challenge to you so that it's not super easy to get through that high rep. All right, so let's determine how many reps you're going to do. So for your reps, definitely at least 10 reps, okay? So I'm looking for a 10 to 12, a 12 to 15, a 15 to 18, even an 18 to 20. All right, so most of what I'm going to be doing today is around, I'm going to go for 16 reps for everything. And it's going to vary depending on the exercise, because maybe if we're just doing one motion like overhead tricep extensions, maybe I don't want to go for 16 there, maybe I just want to go for 12 because it's not working this arm and this arm, it's working both together. So there may be some variations along the way. Again, pick your weight, feel confident with that weight, confident that you're able to get through the exercise, but don't go too light, right? Make sure that it is a challenge for you. Let's go ahead and warm up and then we'll get started. All right, so for our warm up, like I said, we're going to be using our biceps, triceps, and shoulders. So let's just warm up our arms here for a little bit. Let's do some arm circles. Come up, around, and back, crossing your arms in front of your body. And remember to breathe. So it is morning for me, and I am doing this workout fasted. So it is something that I would recommend you try, is fasted workout routines. Try that, 2-3 times a week if possible. Gives your body a challenge, gives you a challenge, right? Something to work on, something to work towards. So I've not had anything to eat, no coffee, no food whatsoever. I've just had water, and I would recommend you have your water for this workout as well. Obviously, drink water as you need the water. But there's nothing in it, so I don't have any BCAAs, I don't have any pre-workouts or anything like that in my water. It's just plain water. So again, be aware, for me, this is a fasted workout. If you'd like to do that with me, that's great. So I'll put that in the description as well so that people understand, students understand that we're actually doing this as a fasted workout routine. All right, so your arms should be burning here a little bit if you're following along with me. Shoulders should be burning a little bit, which is what we want. That's good. Okay, let's shake that out. All right, let's take our right arm, bring it across our body, pulling that shoulder right there. Wake that shoulder up. Don't pull too long and don't pull too hard. Again, this is just a warm up. I'm trying to go as dynamic as we can here to not overstress any muscle. Good. Coming across the body with some good swings. All right, let's feet a little bit wider than the shoulder width. Let's bend down and just stir your hand around. Again, waking up that shoulder. Good, let's go the other direction. And bring in the left. And switch directions. All right, very good. All right, let's take that right arm, bring it up, try to touch your shoulder blade or your deltoid right back here, and just pull that stretch. Again, nothing too big, nothing too hard. If you want to twist your body with that, you can, or kind of lean. And don't do it for too long and don't do it for too hard. All right, let's switch arms. Grabbing my left elbow here, my left hand touching my left shoulder, my left delt, and just bring that up and over. That's going to get your tricep going pretty good, and your shoulder as well. All right, that should be pretty good for a general, again, dynamic warm-up for your upper body muscles, what we're going to be working and targeting today. So I also have a bench here, so you don't necessarily need a bench. If you don't have a bench, you can use a chair, you can use the couch, you can use a table, whatever you want to use. These are going to be used for tricep dips eventually. Okay, so just think about that as we're getting ready to go through this routine, that you'll need to at some point be able to put your hands onto something that you can actually do some dips on. All right, so we're going to start with alternating bicep curl. Again, pick a weight that you feel like you can get through. For me, I'm going to go for about 16 reps. So again, high rep, but low weight, and this should be somewhat of a challenge. We're going to do 2 sets of these, then we're going to go to the next exercise. Do 2 sets, next exercise. All right, so we're going to take some breaks. There's no clock here, there's no timer, there's no beeping, there's nothing like that. This is just you and I working out, all right? So again, I'm gonna go with 20 pounds. All right, so I'm gonna down my weight. Another good thing about using low weight is you can use really good form, all right? So I'm looking for that really good form with these. Don't swing the weight up. Again, that tends to happen when you're using heavier weights. So low rep, high rep, low weight will give you a good form. Right, so you're gonna start with the weights here down by your side, turn the weight, bring it forward, and do your bicep curl, twisting it back on the way down. Good, 1. Don't go too fast with these either. Feel the squeeze at the top of the rep. And again, the entire rep should be done at the same speed. Don't bring it up fast and then down slow, or up slow and down fast. Do the same, all right? Up slow, down slow, up fast, or I'm sorry, yeah, just up slow, down slow. Good general repetition, okay? I'm gonna go for 1 more. All right, that's it for me. Do what you feel like you need to do. I'm gonna rest my weights, shake out that set, and get prepared to do another set. So rest between sets. For high rep, low weight, you don't have to take long breaks, okay? Typically if you're doing low reps with very high weight, you're gonna wait 1 to 2 minutes between each set. But when we're using high reps and low weight, you can go much shorter between your sets. So probably 30 seconds to a minute at the most before we just jump right back into another set. Again, looking to really fatigue the muscle, okay? Stress it out, make sure that it's working. Again, this is strength training. This is not muscle building, right? We're not going for hypertrophy here. We're going for strength training. Okay, you're not looking to make that muscle bigger. You're just looking to strengthen that muscle, all right? For this set, I'm gonna turn to the side, just so you can get a different angle. That's pretty much good rest. Let's go ahead and grab your weights. Same thing. that's it for me. Complete what you need to complete. Now we're gonna take our break. All right, you should feel your bicep burning pretty good here at this point. The next exercise we're gonna do are hammer curls. So these are slightly different. Again, we're gonna do these together. We're not gonna alternate these, so these are just gonna be straight here, all right? So for these, want your hands, the dumbbell should rest right here at the top of your thighs. And you're just going to pull the weight up to your shoulder and don't swing your arms. So lock your elbows in as tightly as you can to your sides, just like this, so that your hands basically look like hammers moving up and down. All right, that's what we're going for. For these, I think I'm gonna drop to 15 pounds for the weight. Again, just because we're going high rep, all right, so I wanna get, for these, I think I'm actually going to do the same as before, about 15. All right, let me just make sure my workout's gonna count for me. All right, so that's a good enough break. Go ahead and grab your weight. Hope you've decided on your weight. Probably want to drop down a little bit from your bicep curl to your hammer curl. Again, weights right here on your thighs, just like this. Elbows locked into your sides. Come up and down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, good, 11, 12, 1 for 15, 13, 14, 15, take your break. All right, just to explain a little bit more going into that low rep with high weight. Typically, if you were doing these, if I were saying, hey, we're looking for hypertrophy today, you'd probably want to go 8 to 12 at the most, but you're using a much higher weight. So again, we're using 15s here. If you're doing these hammer curls and you're, again, trying to build size in your muscles, you probably want to go 8 to 10 reps, but you want to go much higher with your weight. So probably another at least 5 pounds. I would probably go 10 pounds. So I'd probably do these with 25s instead of with 15s. Okay, so again, let's just shake that out. Get ready for that next set. Again, not taking big long breaks between sets here, just working pretty steadily throughout this entire routine, all right? All right, let's get ready. Go ahead and grab your weights. All right, so again, I'm going for another 15 here. I'll turn towards you this time and begin. That's 10 for me. And that's 15. All right, take your break. All right, so now that we've worked our bicep, we're gonna go straight into shoulders. So for these, we're gonna do a lateral raise. All right, lateral raise is gonna come up from your side. So we're gonna go out just like this, like a T, right? So again, pick a lower weight. So I'm again here on a 15, so I'm gonna drop to 10s for these, all right? And for these, you're gonna do these at the same time, right? We're not alternating side and then this side. So 15, 16, something like that should be your minimum number. 20 would be good, at least 10. So I know I just said 16 minimum, 10 minimum, probably even 12, all right? You really wanna push this. Again, we're looking to stress the muscle, to fatigue the muscle. So again, look for something that you're going to be able to get high reps on, all right? We're not just doing 8 to 12, something like that. I want you to go higher, all right? Set a goal that's higher than 12, okay? Again, using slightly lighter weights, I'm using 10s here. After the lateral raise, I'm gonna do front raises. So again, probably gonna stick with 10s. I'm not gonna go any lighter than 10s for any of the exercises that we're doing today. So minimum of 10 pounds, probably gonna go up to, again, because it's low weight, 15 pounds might be your highest. So taking that back to the beginning of the video, as far as weight, minimum 10 pounds, up to 15, maybe 20, but I'm not stressing 20, I'm not pushing 20. So that should be your weight tolerances as far as getting the video started, getting right into this video, is maybe 3 weights, all right? So again, 5, 10, 15, or 10, 15, 20, something like that should be what you're looking at. All right, so let's go ahead and get ready for these lateral raises. Again, 10 pounds, you're just taking the weight, you're here, bring the weight up as high as you can. Obviously not way up here, but try to bring it so that your body feels like it looks like a T to you. If you have a mirror in front of you, outstanding, that's great. Look at that mirror, try to make a T with your body, and bring those arms back down to your sides. All right, so again, I'm gonna go for 16 here. Let's begin. All right, that's 16 for me. Finish up, get ready to take a break. All right, so for me, I did feel that right at 16. I did feel a good burn right across my shoulders, right across the top of my deltoid. That's what you're looking for as well. So this should be your medial delt that you're gonna feel this, not so much your front or your back delt, but you should feel that right in your medial deltoid. All right, so taking your break here, grab water if you need water. Probably not working up too much of a sweat with this workout routine. You know, well for me, it's not incredibly hot where I'm standing. So again, and all you're doing is throwing around lightweight. Okay, so not very aerobic, you know, as far as this routine is concerned. Just taking our break now. So do what you need to do. If you need to adjust weight maybe you did that and you thought that's a little heavy for me. Drop down to your next low weight, okay? Shake it out. All right, grab your weights, let's do the next set. I'm gonna turn to the side for you this time. And begin. Remember to breathe. And don't go too fast. I'm doing one more. Very good. All right. Again, take your break. And again, for me, I'm not dropping weight, so I'm sticking with these 10s. This is gonna be, again, the lightest weight that I'm gonna use today. So the next step is gonna be a front raise. So for these, again, having the weights right here, at the top of your thighs, and you're bringing the weights up, just like this, right? You can alternate if you want. I'm gonna go ahead and bring both up at the same time. You can do both, right? So you can go 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, however you feel like you need to do it. But again, high rep, so try to get at least, again with these, I know we just hit the shoulders, you might be a little sore already, but let's go ahead and try to get I'm gonna go for 15, all right? 15 is gonna be my number. All right, so letting those shoulders work out just a little bit from that first set we just did. Oh, well, the first set of lateral raises, right? Getting into these front raises. Okay. Feel like your arms are pretty shaken out. And coming to the front with both weights can be a little bit difficult, depending on how big your weights are. As you can see, mine are kind of wide at each end, so it can be difficult to bring both up together, but that counts as one, all right? And 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, all right, that's 16 for me. Hopefully that's a good high number for you. Shake that out, all right? You should be feeling that right through your elbows, right into your tricep, and ideally your tricep and the front delt, all right? So again, shake that out. Get ready for the next set. Same exercise, all right? If you feel like that was too many, try to push for that same number again. I know that sounds odd, but if you were going for 15 and you struggled to get to 15, struggle again. Struggle again to get to 15. Again, high rep. Fatigue that muscle. I want you to be a little bit sore tomorrow. Okay, so that's what the goal here is. So again, work, high rep. Okay, I'm gonna go to the side for you this time just so you can get a little bit different angle so you can see about how far the weight is coming up for me so that you can do the same for yourself. Just shake it out. Give it a few more seconds here. Good. All right, go ahead and grab your weights. Let's go ahead and get this next set in. Prepare and begin. Control the weight throughout the routine, throughout the exercise. Don't throw the weight up and drop it. That's 15 for me. I'm gonna do one more. Outstanding. All right, good job, Rebels. Great job keeping up with me. All right, so for the next exercise is gonna be a tricep kickback. So for these, I'm gonna use my bench, all right? You can use the same thing, right? You can use a bench, you can use a chair, you can use a low table, like a coffee table, something like that. You can use the edge of your couch, all right? So that's kind of what I'm getting at here is you're just hanging off the edge here. So you just need a straight edge that you can work from. So with these, I'm just gonna put one weight on the ground. With these, knees up. I don't want you to stress your wrist too much. So if you want to do it like this, you can, depending on what you have that you're working with. Flat surface, just lay your hand flat, or you can use your fist. It really doesn't matter as long as you're supported very well, because the exercise is done from here. So just like we did with hammer curls, where you brought the weight to your shoulder, you're gonna kick these back. All right, so full extension on your arm. All right, I wanna get full extension on your arm. Don't just do this motion, okay? That's a shoulder motion. I don't want you to do that. So I want you to bring the weight here and fully extend your arm, just like that. Fully extend the arm for that tricep extension, right? Or tricep kickback is what this exercise is called. So You only need one weight for this because you're gonna alternate your side, okay? I'm gonna get my hood so that it doesn't flap for this exercise. Okay, all right, here we go. Should be shaken out from your previous exercise. I'm gonna pull this back just a little bit because I don't feel like I'm in the center of the frame where you can see me very well. All right, so again, just resting your knee on whatever flat surface that you have. Extend your other arm out just to support your body. Again, that can be flat, can be across if it's the end of an end table or a coffee table, or again, wrapped around, or just a fist. All right, so I'm gonna use a fist again. Don't wanna overstress my wrist. Grab your weight and perform the tricep kickback. Again, for these, I'm gonna do, I guess I'll go for 15. All right, just like I did previously. Gonna go for a 15 rep set. Okay, so bring the weight here to your shoulder and kick it back. Extend that arm all the way out. You should actually feel your tricep at the end right there. You should feel it pop, right? You should feel it being worked, okay? That's 12 for me. That's 15. All right, so I'm gonna do the other side, but I'm not gonna turn for you, all right? So I'm just going to go to this side right here and do the same thing. All right, so. Again, fully extend that arm. All right, that's 15. Set your weight down, take your break. So if you were on the edge of your couch or something like that, obviously you couldn't just move over to the other side like I just did. You're gonna have to come around to the other side to get the exercise in. So I'm gonna do that this time just so you can see what that would typically look like if you were using, again, a coffee table, a low table, the couch. You really can't do it on the floor because you're not gonna get that, you're not gonna be able to drop the weight far enough right from here to get it to kick back. Your knee's just not long enough for you to be able to do that. So full range of motion with your arm and your elbow. Again, don't keep your elbow bent and do this. I see this a lot. As people just doing this, I'm calling that a tricep kickback, and you need to extend that arm fully. All right, full range of motion. All right, this should be a pretty good break because we were using alternating arms. So for this one, I'm gonna go on this side, and when I switch, I'll go to the other side, okay? All right, grab your weight, get into position, and begin. All right, that's 15 for me. All right, so I'm gonna go to the other side and move this weight out of the way. All right, so now I'm working my left arm. So again, just using the edge of whatever you have, a bench, couch, table, whatever. Again, your foot should be able to be fully extended. Your legs should be fully extended so you get that full range of motion with the exercise, okay? So up to your shoulder and kick it back. Feel that tricep extend. that was 16 for me. Complete your routine, however many you're going to do. Get ready for your next exercise. For this next one, we're going to be doing a double bicep curl. So remember at the beginning, we alternated right and left. For this one, we're going to bring the weights together and bring them up at the same time. So it's a double bicep curl. Typically, you would do this at a gym with a barbell, okay? So I would prefer a curved barbell, one that has a good, so you start in the middle, there's a lump, and then it kind of does a wave until it gets to the end. So you can grab with that wave, and then bring the middle wave right up to your nose or your chin. So just like this is typically what you want to do. We're using dumbbells, so not much different. So grab where you're comfortable, and we're going to bring the weights up just like this. All right, so find your weight. Again, not too heavy. If you're struggling to get through this, you're using too heavy of a weight. And if you're thrusting your hips to get the weight up, you're using too heavy of a weight. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and adjust. I think I'll go for 20. Not too heavy, not too light. Something that still gives me a challenge. Feel pretty good about 20 pounds. All right. Feeling it now, might feel a little heavy. But again, I'm going to go for about 15 reps. You should do about the same. So minimum 12, 12 to 15, 15 to 18, 18 to 20. Go high rep. All right. Get ready and begin. All right, that shows a good weight. I'm happy with 20 pounds. Good form. Don't throw the weight. All right, that's 15 for me. Set your weight down, check out those biceps. All right, so good job keeping up with me here. We've already gone through a set of bicep, tricep, and shoulder. So we're gonna do the same thing again. So that was a bicep. We're gonna do another set, obviously, of these double biceps. One more bicep, go back to the shoulders, finish up the triceps, okay? So good job keeping up with me. Keeping up with the weight. I think I can go ahead and drop my hood back. Shouldn't get in my way anymore. We'll see when we get moving forward. All right, I'm gonna go behind the bench this time. I'm gonna turn to the side. Again, I want you to see form, not throwing the weight or anything like that. Control the weight all the way up, control the weight all the way down. Same speed, should be fast up, slow down, and slow up, fast down. Should be the same. Okay, ready? Prepare your weights. Let's begin. All right, that was only 13 for me, but I did feel a good burn. It felt like it was getting to the point where I was going to struggle to get those last two in. So that's about where you want to stop again for high rep, low weight. So I might have chosen a slightly high weight for that. If I could have chosen 18 pounds, I would have gone there. 15 would have been too light for me. So 20 is about where I am. Kicked out a lot of reps, but I got 15 with the first set, 13 with the second set. That's very acceptable. All right, so next up, get ready for concentration curls. You only need one weight at a time for these. I'm gonna set one weight down. Okay, concentration curls. Exactly what it sounds like. You all know the statue, thinking man, okay? That's basically what you're gonna be doing here. So, position yourself so you have like a 90 coming in here with your legs. Right arm is gonna be placed right here inside your thigh. Elbow or your tricep right there. and you're gonna be taking the weight and bringing it up here. Basically, it looks like you're concentrating on lifting that weight. So, I think I'm gonna do the first set with 20 pounds. I might drop to 15 for the next set. So, you're doing alternating arms here, obviously. We can get through this set a little bit faster than with another. All right, so choose your weight, okay? If you're doing 20s, do 20s. If you're doing 15, do 15. Try to stick with 15. Like me, if you're gonna do 20, I'm gonna try to stick with 20. I might drop to 15. We'll see how it goes. All right, so go ahead and grab your weight. For me, again, I'm going for 15 reps. Put that weight right inside and begin. All right, 13 was my number there. I don't want to bust out too many. Again, when your form starts to deteriorate, that's when you know you need to stop. All right, so people talk about going to failure a lot when they talk about, oh well, go until you can't do anymore, go until you have muscle failure. All right, muscle failure, according to NASM, is when you're not able to do the rep in a proper form. All right, once you've lost form, you're no longer doing proper reps. You're no longer, you failed, okay? So that is muscle failure, okay? So I'm gonna go to the other side, gonna aim for 13 again. I could tell right around 13 that my form was starting to suffer. That's when I stopped. So I'm gonna drop the weight for the next set, not for this one. I'm gonna do the same for the left arm that I just did for the right. So let's go ahead and get started. No reason to take a break, right? That's 14 and 15. Again, I could not do any more than 15 with that weight. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop down to 15 pounds. Still taking my break here. All right, we just did our left arm. Our right arm should be rested. I've dropped 5 pounds on the weight here. Now I'm gonna still shoot for 15 because I've dropped my weight. All right, same exercise, exact same form. Again, when you start to lose form, stop the exercise. You've reached your muscle failure, all right? You've gone to failure at that point. So let's go for 15 lighter weight. All right, that's 15 for me. Again, we don't need much of a rest between this one because we're alternating sides or alternating arms. So just because you finish that, you don't need a 30-second break. You can go right into that left side. All right, so again, you should be sitting on something for these. I know I should have said it at the beginning, but you should be seated with your body like in a regular seated position, not so high that you're like this, or too low where your knees are coming up high. You should be seated so that everything is flat, all right? So good angles coming across with your body. All right, so I'm gonna pick up the weight. Let's go ahead and get another 15 in this last set. All right, that's 15 for me. Finish up, do what you gotta do. Next exercise we're going into is a shoulder press. So I'm gonna stick with the 15 pounds. You wanna get both weights at 15. All right. Just giving you a little bit of time to recover there. Time to finish up your set. Don't wanna rush you through your set. Okay, so shoulder press. You can do this seated, you can do this standing. I'm gonna do it both just so you can see the difference. You're gonna start off standing. So arms here, you can have the weights out, okay, this way, and press up, bring the weights together at the top. Come back down into a T position, bring them up together at the top. All right, that's gonna be our shoulder press. I'm gonna drop my hood. All right, I'm gonna step back just a little bit from the camera. All right, so I'll go here, and again, out, up, back. All right, so we've already finished our biceps, and this is our next shoulder exercise, okay? I'm using 15 pounds. Choose your weight. Prepare. Bring the weights up. All right, let's begin. All right, that's 15 for me. I'll do the next set seated just so you can see what that looks like. Take your break here. Again, looking for about 30 seconds. Again, for your break here, we're not looking for anything too long. We're not looking to extend anything too far. Again, trying to fatigue that muscle. The muscle group we're working now is our shoulders. So we're just trying to fatigue that muscle a little bit more, okay? Gonna move these out to the side just a bit so I have a place to sit. So again, you can do these seated. I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to do these seated. You can do these standing. It's really up to you. You're not using your legs or your lower torso for this, so you don't need to stand. So if you want to do this seated, you can do this seated. Thinking about it, well, hammer curls, you can basically do those seated. Lateral raise, seated fronts. Kickbacks, we know how we had to do those. Dips, we missed our dips. All right, we got to go back and do those. All right, so you can go ahead and bring these up. All right, so this is our shoulder press. So after this shoulder press, we're gonna do our dips, and then we'll go to the next exercise, which will be reverse flies, okay? All right, bring your weights up and begin. All right, that was 15 for me. I'm gonna go ahead and put my weights down. I'm gonna get ready for my tricep dips, right? We talked about that, we never did them. All right, so I'm just gonna move my bench over just so I wanna be more centered in front of the camera. Tricep dips. Don't know how we missed these. Okay, so we're just getting a little slightly out of order, but it doesn't really matter again because we're only working 3 muscle groups and we're working them pretty much back to back. So we just did shoulder press. Next would be reverse flies, which again are gonna work your shoulders, but instead we're gonna do tricep dips here just because we forgot to do them earlier. I forgot to do them earlier. All right, so stick with me on these. Grab, again, a chair. That's typically what I would suggest. The chair's probably gonna be the best for height. Anything that you can sit down on. And again, have your legs go straight out from your body at a 90-degree angle here. That's what you want, because that's going to give you the best range of motion, okay? If you have parallel bars, obviously that's going to work way better. You're going to have more weight on your triceps. I'm just going to use the bench. And typically for this, I know we mentioned using low weight, high reps, but for this, because we're seated and we're doing this from a lower position, you can do higher reps. If we were doing this using parallel bars, then you're lifting your entire body, right? You're lifting your legs and everything. Whereas when we're doing with this, the legs are out in front of you, so you're not lifting your legs. So it is a lower weight and you're able to do higher reps, okay? So prepare yourself, get your hands really locked into whatever you're gonna be using for your support. Get your legs out front, and I'm gonna shoot for 18 reps, okay? That's 18 for me. All right, while you're resting, while you're recovering, if you want to go even lower as far as the weight, don't put your feet out so far. So here, you're gonna be using the lower weight. Here, even lower weight. The further your legs are out in front of your body, the heavier the weight is. So that's how you can easily adjust your weight for doing tricep dips. For this next set, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the bench just so you can see my extension, my drop for all of these. I'll just turn the bench like this. All right, so again, you can turn your chair, whatever you're using, and hopefully you'll be able to see the extension that I'm getting from these, and you can do the same at home. All right, so again, not too much of a break. I'm still shooting for 18 here. At number 15, you should be struggling. All right, you should feel that tricep starting to burn, okay? Prepare yourself, get into your good support position, decide where your feet are gonna be. Are they gonna be here, are they gonna be out a little bit further, or are you gonna go ahead and lock everything out? All right, let's begin. Little pause at the top. All right, that's 18 for me. Good job. Thanks, Rebels, for keeping up there. Sorry about the mishap on the exercise order, okay? Sorry, so we're gonna go straight into reverse flies. Lightweight, I'm gonna go for, I think I'm gonna do 10s. I might adjust up to a 15 next. I'm gonna start with 10s, okay? All right, for these, you're gonna be bent over you're gonna hinge at the waist, just like this. Weight should come to here, okay? And you're gonna bring the weights up, just like that. All right, so this is a reverse fly. We can get right into these, right? There's no need to take a break for anything. We're starting a new muscle group, so reverse flies. Let's go. Weights here, hinge at the waist, begin. Try to control the weight on the way in. All right, that was 16 for me. Come up slow, don't come up too fast, all right? Lower lumbar, good suffer if you do that. Taking a quick break here. So again, I did 16, I was happy with that weight. I'm gonna stick with that weight and go for 16 again, okay? So take a break, stretch it out, shake it out, whatever you need to do here. This is your time. Grab some water if you need it. Grab a towel at this point if you need it, all right? I'm not sure how much of a sweat you've worked up, but let's go ahead and get ready for that next set. Okay. All right. Grab both weights. I was trying to go from the side this time for you. Feet shoulder width apart. Again, hinging at your hips. I think I can go. Just want to make sure I'm not going to swing and hit my bench. Okay. Hinging at the hips. Weights here. And begin. That was 15 for me. I'm ready to stop. Go ahead and put my weights back down. You're going to make a decision from the next set. Okay, so shake that out. Now we're back to our triceps. All right, so I know it seems quick because we just did those tricep dips, but now we're back to triceps for these last two exercises. All right, next is a skull crusher. Skull crusher, you only need one weight. I think I'll go for 25. Maybe I should, right? Because like I said, we're kind of trying to go 5-pound increments. So let's do this with 20. I'll do this with a 20-pound weight instead. You can do this lying on the floor, but everything's kind of in my way right here, so I'm just going to do this lying on the bench. There's no reason that you can't use the floor, so use the floor if you want to use the floor, okay? 20 pounds, lying on your back, okay? I'm going to go ahead and get right into it, so I'll explain as I go. All right, so if you're lying on the floor, you can have your knees up if you want. That's perfectly fine. Again, doesn't really matter as far as the lower body is concerned with this. We're focusing on the upper body here. Lying on the bench, weight should be exactly over your head, just like this, and come down with the weight to your nose, to your forehead. As long as you can feel the extension in your triceps. This is it. This is why this is called skull crusher. Basically, if you drop the weight, it's gonna crush your skull. All right, there's 1, 2, 3, keep your elbows high, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, that's 16 for me. Go ahead and take your break. All right, so again, kind of see how it looks and how it feels. Your arm should be up the entire time, but basically you're just extending and flexing that tricep. All right, so as you're bringing the weight to your face, to your skull, to your eyes, whatever target that you're marking, that's what you're doing. All right, you're just bending at the elbows, flexing straight out. Bend at the elbows, flexing straight out. All right, get that good extension on those triceps. All right, that's a pretty good break. You don't need too much here. Grab your weight securely in your hands. All right, don't be dropping these weights. Up and again. All right, that's 16 for me. Go ahead and bring it up. All right, I already have this 20 pounds in my hand. That's what I'm gonna go ahead and use for the last exercise. And our last exercise is going to be a tricep extension from overhead. So both arms are going to control the weight from here, and you're going to take the weight straight up, just like that. So bringing it behind your head, between your shoulders, and go straight up. So I'm going to do this a variety of ways. All right, I'm going to start facing you. I'll turn to the side. Then for the next set, I'll be at the side, or the other side, and then I'll show you my back, just so you get a good look at the range of motion and what we're trying to do here. All right, so just a quick drop, quick rest. Again, I'm sticking with my heaviest weight that we've used thus far, using the 20. All right, shake it out a little bit. All right, go ahead and bring that weight up and over your head. Good grip. All right, and begin. And turn. All right, and rest. All right, hopefully you can see that range of motion there. Again, exactly where I'm holding the weight, how far down you want to bring the weight, how far up you want to take that weight. Good full tricep extension. Again, we're working our triceps here. High rep, low weight. All right, let's get enough break. Don't want to go too long. Go ahead and grab your weight, get into position, and begin. All right, that was 16 for me. If you're going for 18, go for 18. If you're going for 20, go for 20. Good job, Rebels. All right, thank you very much for sticking with me through that routine. Let's do a real quick cool down again. We didn't work too much of our entire body, just across the top. So again, let's just do some arm circles. Nothing too fancy here. Stretch across the back when you do these. Stretch right through here as you bring the arms down and around. And go the other direction. Feel the stretch. You can go slower here, right? We're at the end of the routine, so we're stretching out those muscles. Very good. All right, good. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of chest here. So just coming back and forth across, up and down. Just feel that in your chest. You should feel this a little bit in your arms as well, in your triceps. Just stretching that stuff out a little bit. Good. Arms out to the side, flexing back a little bit. You should feel this in your shoulders a little bit in your delts, your lats. Very good. All right, let's go ahead and stretch that shoulder. We used it a lot today, should be a little tight. Hold this for a few seconds. Remember to breathe. All right, go ahead and drop that. Shake it out a little bit. Go ahead and do the other side. Hold that for a few seconds. Feel the stretch. Okay. Start to get that breathing slowed down if it was elevated. All right, go ahead and drop that. Very good. Feet a little bit wider than shoulder width. Let's go ahead and bend down and swing that arm around. Let gravity do its thing here. Let's go the other direction. Switch arms. Other direction. And you can stand back up. Very good. All right, take in a couple of deep breaths. Thank you for joining me for this class, Rebels. I really appreciate your time. Thanks for joining me again for a good strength conditioning workout. We're just building strength here. We're not looking for hypertrophy. I again appreciate you joining me. My name is Justin, and we'll see you in the next video.